This is Rick Roos and Lisa Seng Shadday on We the People on WKMnews.com, the voice of liberty here in the Ohio River Valley. And we're blessed to have with us Eric Holcomb, who's a candidate for the United States Senate from Indiana. It's going for Senator Coates' seat. It's singularly appropriate that we're in scale here in front of a basketball goal. But, Senator, we got a problem. There's the GOP leadership as well as the Democrat leadership in the Senate kind of screwed the pooch as far as the Iran deal. I know that's not phrased diplomatically or politically, but we got a real big problem.
Yeah, it's hard to even call it a deal because there was no deal there was no benefit to us whatsoever or to the world at large. Obviously, this is beyond dangerous. I can't understand. I conclude that the president wants Iran to become a regional, the hegemon, the regional power in the Middle East. Otherwise, none of the things that we just agreed to, we being they, agreed to would have occurred. So all it did was buy Iran time and money, a lot of money, about $150 billion worth of money to buy more conventional weapons, to continue their research, to continue to hold our captives, 4 of them, sitting over there. For the life of me, I cannot understand why that was not a non-negotiable part of this campaign to start with. I mean, I don't agree with any of it, but to even think about sitting at a table with someone who's holding 4 American citizens and to say, we're not even starting before you start to send them home is just beyond me. So it's not a deal.
It's not even on the list.
It's not even on the list. And everything that was on the list, we said, okay, not that, okay, not that, okay, not that. And so when you think about 9/11, 14 years ago, and you think about looking forward 14 years from now, we are in a different world. And that's just Iran. That's just Iran. And to think that these countries that also agreed to it, many of which in a self-serving way, I mean, specifically Russia, who is already talking to them about selling those conventional arms to them, these other countries are now saying, we can't count on America. This president wants realignment in the world, and he doesn't want to be included in the at the table of leaders. And so they're cutting their own deals, and we're being cut out, quite frankly. So I'm just troubled by it, and we're going to have to, unfortunately, fix this in about 495 days with a new president. So I hope that Republicans, we have a chance to elect a Republican to the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and we talk about screwing the pooch. We cannot afford to miss this opportunity. And the founders were right when they said at the outset, when we faced another delicate situation here and a lot was at stake, you join or die, unite or die. And whoever our nominee is, it may not be my first, second, or third choice, but I'm going to unite around that person. And whoever earns it, I'm going to unite around that person, and we're going to have to renegotiate this a real deal. With Iran, and it won't just be with Iran.
So
at
around
that
the world,
point,
they're saying death to America, and you're saying at home we need to not join in that chant.
Yeah, exactly. They're saying death to America and death to Israel. They are funding terrorism in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. And I'm talking about Iran, not ISIS, who's also in those 3 areas and spreading and striking out on 3 continents, who is using chemical weapons, who is this group, this cult-like evil group who literally values the sanctity of death, and they will stop at nothing. And so now we're going to introduce a nuclear program into a terrorist state and say, okay, you guys are on your own. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to start trying to protect their own as well. And so it's going to be an arms race. I said last week, he lit a fuse that leads directly to a Middle Eastern powder keg, and he being the President of the United States, Barack Obama, and we're going to have to clean up his mess if it's not too late.
But that was the astounding thing on Thursday when the Senate Majority Leader and the principal Bob Corker of the Corker Amendment basically went against their own law that they promulgated that Obama signed, basically saying we shouldn't have a deal because you haven't given us all the details. Wait a minute, let's have a vote. Oh, we've done everything we possibly can. That's astounding to an awful lot of people.
Yeah, and we are where we are right now, and we're going to have to clean it up. And I just hope and I pray, and I'm not exaggerating there. I pray daily that we're not too late. that in 495 days that we do elect a president and a United States Senate, and I hope to be in that Senate fighting for the very things to fix this and pull that deal off the table and say, now we're starting over, and we're going to be exceptional once again, and we're going to be the leading voice at this table. And are you with us, or are you with these other guys that are selling arms to this terrorist state? And make it very clear. And by the way, Donald Trump is right. Those captives are coming home. Period. It's just it's getting away from us right now.
Thank you. I know you are working hard around the state. Thank you for joining us at Randy Fry's Picnic. Is there anything that you want to tell us is your favorite thing that you've like to do around the state?
Well, this. I mean, I've been to all 92 counties in less than 5 months, 15,221 miles, and we're going wherever people are, because as you said at the outset, with we the people, that is the answer. And I'm not flying over any county. I'm not leaving anyone without an opportunity to say, this is what's on my mind. And it's quite frankly, it's three things. It's what's going on around the world, whether it's China, Russia, Iran, ISIS. It's what's not going on here, domestically speaking, economically speaking, with the $18 trillion debt. You talk about kicking a can down the road. I mean, Iran's kicking this can down the road. This president is asking us to hope and pray Iran changes their behaviors. And hope for change, really. And now he's saying, well, you can hope for the $18 trillion debt to come down too. It's not coming down. It's going to be $19 trillion next year. It's going to be $20 trillion the year after that. The entitlement programs that are going belly up, bankrupt, what's that doing to the next generation? So
well, that's not Hoosier values. Hoosiers don't spend a dime when we only have a nickel.
What we did here, we were swimming, drowning actually, in about $800 million debt hole. And the first thing you do when you're in debt, you just stop digging. And then you start paying it back. And then that's how you grow yourself out of this. It's by taking some medicine that doesn't taste very good at the beginning, but it makes you better. And we're going to have to introduce a new approach in Washington, D.C. It's just, Einstein said the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Well, what have we gotten? And the president told us, he showed us his playbook. He said, here's my play. We're going to transform America. In the next 5 days, we're going to fundamentally transform America. He's transforming our standing around the world. He's transforming our economy. He's eroding our freedoms at every turn. And that's the one that concerns me the most. And you asked me, kind of my favorite thing is, I want to talk to real people about their real concerns so that I can passionately convey those. When I'm out representing or reflecting Hoosiers in the United States Senate, it's grounded and it's informed. And I can just tell you, if our freedoms enshrined in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution continue to erode away, we will not be the country that our founders set forward. We will not be it. And so it's up to us.
What propels this are the Planned Parenthood videos. It's not only should be illegal to kill babies, but sell their parts.
It's criminal.
It's criminal. I mean, this is Auschwitz. This is Buchenwald.
It's criminal. They need to, the folks that are involved in this need to be in jail, and that needs to stop, and we need to redirect the funds to facilities that can help women that aren't doing this. And that needs to happen, period.
Awesome. So, Hoosier values, we talked about that. You going everywhere in the state. What is something you do everywhere you go, though? Besides talk to people.
There's
something else that Hoosiers love that you sort of have a passion for?
I don't just talk. I listen, take notes, process, and then to keep it fun. I always say if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
And what's something you're doing that's fun?
And I'm keeping it fun by shooting a basket in every single county I go to. And I've been to all 92 counties, and I've shot in 80 plus of them. And we're going to shoot right now, too.
All right. And he made it. Good deal. This is Lisa Seng, Shadday, Rick Roos, along with Eric Holcomb, U.S. Senate candidate here at Randy Fry's Picnic for WKM News.